Hey, it's Miss Lady T. What's up? Oh my gosh. Oh, what did I do? Put this out. Let me tell you. Remember the rant I did yesterday morning when I got off work? I did something. It was good though. It was good. Let me get my book out because I just got done writing all this stuff down. And I was sitting here listening to Nikki Boo and talking about people being alone and not being alone and having people in your life and not having people in your life. And I got to thinking, no, there's nobody sitting here. There's nobody in my driveway. I'm not married. I'm not dating anybody. But I am never truly alone. Spirit is always with you. You can leave spirit, but spirit won't leave you. You know what I'm saying? So, butterflies. I'm going to start first by butterflies. I have a butterfly wind chime. Butterflies are significant. Let me show you. You can't really tell here, but it's my butterfly wind chime. And last night, and there is a series of events. There's so much little things I need to talk about. It's pretty wild. That's my third chakra. Hi. Baptize. Okay. Well, let me start from the... Well, I went to do my butterfly. I went in the bathroom last night at work. I usually go in, before I start work, blow my nose and use the restroom or whatever. And on the ground, there was a butterfly pendant. Like, somebody had like a little pendant on there, and the back fell off. And there was a little butterfly on the floor, and I picked it up and looked at it, and I'm like... I set it, on the bathroom sink there in case, somebody comes in and they find it, it stirs or whatever. Butterfly. Very significant. See my red bird today. Very cool. But I went to work last night, and before I leave house, I always pray for protection for my house. Protection from me, protection from my pets, protection from my car, protection from everything. It's a habit. I do it all the time. I've just been screwed with so much that I pray for protection all the time. Not to the point of, I just do it. It's not going to hurt anything, and it could help, I pulled in the parking lot last night, and I switched parking spots. Went in a different way, just to change it up a little bit, Pulled up. I'm sitting there, and I'm looking up at the stars, and looking up at the sky, thinking, Lord, for a good night, a good easy night. Be with me, help me, be productive. And there's always this, it's not a star, it's a drone, and I see it every night. If it's raining, I don't see it. But it's not a star. It's definitely a drone because it moves and shifts, and it'll fade out and come back. And listen to my radio. Spies Like Us came on, and I'm like, I'm aware, Somebody's always watching. So I'm sitting there, and I usually get there about 15 minutes before I go into work. Smoke a couple cigarettes and listen to radio. Judge the energy and look around, people, the sky, cars. Very aware of my surroundings. I'll license plates, and the letters on the license plates, there's usually 3 letters in the license plate. All of them give me confirmation. All of them give me different messages, and it would say Queen, love you, like QLU. Just I'll sit there and read license plates, not being weird. It's just spirit conversating, sitting there, and it's no surprise. I got a few stalkers. They'll sit and watch and drive by, and I see them, and I used to be a little frightened about it, but now it's just like they're so present. It's just like, it's like air. It's like, okay, whatever. But that message I said yesterday morning, I guess it done something. It done something, and I'm glad it did, because that was the most pleasant, peaceful night I've ever had in that place. I didn't get screwed with. I only got called maggot like twice. I know that sounds bad. I laugh because it's a Full Metal Jacket thing. You know, you're my minions and you're maggots and whatever. He don't mean no harm by it, but he calls me. My group leader calls me. You done, maggot? You know, yes, I'm done. I'm always done. Um, but only got called maggot like twice. I'm like, wow, it's nice. Nobody picked on me last night. I like to be shitty. Nobody told me I was slow. Nobody, I mean, they didn't tell me good job or anything, but I did. I told people, I'm like, good job you, good job that. You did a good job. I always say it. I mean, if I get it, great. If I don't, great. I know I'm doing my best and working my hardest and sweating it out. You know, that kind of thing. But last night, something happened because nobody screwed with me. But when I was sitting in the parking lot last night, anyway, I'll go back, rewind. There's so many things. I'm sorry, I bounce around a lot. A big white truck pulls up next to me. Nice truck. I've seen this truck before. It's a big white truck. Sometimes I've seen it across the street in the parking lot, just sitting there. See it drive by. And yesterday I was sitting in the parking lot ready to go into work, and I seen these headlights pull in, and they pulled in right next to me. And I'm like, wow. And Just Another Night Without You. Just Another Night Without You, the song. I forget who sings it. It's an old 80s song. Just another day without you. Or night without you. But this white truck pulled up. Here, I'm going to set this down because I'm screwing with my hands a little bit today and they're starting to tingle and go numb and shit. There we go. Ooh, nice. But they pull up and I'm just like, wow. I was like, wow. They're trying to do the scare tactics because Kookie sent you a snap. Call Kookie. I don't know if you ever heard that before, but they call like cops and friends. Call Kookie. Better call Kookie. Boo. Boo just came on. Boo. 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 He pulled up next to me. And I'm like, wow. I think it was a scare tactic. Just trying to get you to fear. Like, hey, we heard you. We seen what you're doing. We watched your video. Damn, girl. You just, you know, confirmation. I hear horns. I'm still remember that on the trail. But pulled up, I'm just like, and I wasn't scared. I'm just like, dang. Okay, now get out of your truck and say something to me. Peck on the window, say, hey, have a nice night. Don't, if you're going to stalk me, grow enough kahunas that you can pull up next to me and be that close to me, say something. I ain't going to bite. I ain't going to be mad. I ain't scared. So, I'm like, damn, you're right there. Right there. What? And I'm just like, maybe it's not a stalker. Maybe it's somebody just getting ready to go to the grocery. They never got out. Never got out of their truck. So it was about time. It was about 10 till, 5 till. Getting ready to go in. Get my purse and stuff. Lock my door. Walk in front of the truck. Truck lights are on. Walk in. And there's windows in the building when you're walking to the time clock. And I can still see where I'm parked. Can't so much see my car because it's a lower car, but this is a big-ass truck. So I'm waiting. I'm seeing if this truck pulls out, or if they get out, or maybe my intuition's wrong. Maybe it's not. Or maybe it is, and I get to see who this person is. I got a feeling I knew who it is, but I don't know. Never seen him. His spirit's around, but I've never seen him. I've seen him walk inside a mirror stop and come back out and then sit in his truck for a minute as I'm standing on the porch smoking or at my door. Yeah, and I think I know who it is. I see you, boo. Anyway, I'm walking in to clock out, or clock in, I mean. And the headlights are still on, and I see him back up, or pull forward or whatever, and he drives away. He never came to the store, so I knew, okay, stalker. Not just somebody going to the grocery store. Because I park away from the front, employees have to park away from the building or whatever. Like I'm locked up non-stop. From the train to the fucking helicopter, yeah. I'm a pop star, not a doctor. Bitches calling my phone like I'm locked up. No, stop. Sorry. Pop stars on. So, damn, stalkers are heavy tonight. Walked in, and I'm like telling a couple people, I'm like, damn, stalkers are heavy. And the night before, I don't even know if I told you this, we pull our carts, get ready to get our fork trucks and get our skids, spotted and stuff. This guy, I think he was a vendor, comes from nowhere. He comes from the back. Comes up real close to me, and he's like, hey, you know WQRP in Cincinnati? He starts going on WQRP in Cincinnati with Johnny Fever and Lonnie Anderson, and, it was a radio station back. It was an early 80s sitcom. I used to watch it all the time. And I'm just like, oh, Lonnie Anderson and Johnny Fever. He's like, yeah, they're going to get ready to bring it back, KRP in Cincinnati. And I'm just like, oh. I'm like, yeah, I used to watch that all the time. I was like, oh, is Lonnie Anderson coming back? Because Johnny goes, well, no, they're both passed. And I'm like, oh, figures. I don't know where I've been for 30 years, but I'm like, okay, yeah, people, move on. And then he asked me, and this guy was standing like this, and all my kind of fellow employees were kind of standing around there like, they thought I knew this person. I didn't know him from Adam. I didn't know. Maybe I did know Adam. Anyway, thoughts to ponder. He starts going on about that, and then he asked me about Sweet Caroline. He goes, do you know the song Sweet Caroline? I'm like, yeah, Sweet Caroline, dun, dun, dun. I'm like, yeah, my neighbors used... And my Redbird's back. Hear it? Every day. I stopped making shorts because it's every day. He comes to me in the morning, he comes to me in the afternoons, and my cat just meowed. But Sweet Caroline was significant. And I told him about my neighbors back in the day when I first moved in here. And it's many years ago. And they'd have their weekend parties and stuff. And I'd go outside and do my smoking and all that stuff. And they'd be getting together and Sweet Caroline. And they'd always be drinking and stuff. Dun, dun, dun. I'm like, yeah. I'd listen to them sing and stuff. I thought it was so cool. But they would sing that song, Sweet Caroline. But anyway, this guy just kept going on about Sweet Caroline, WKRP in Cincinnati, and blah, 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 and how he was from Middletown. Middletown is significant. Nothing against the city, but people I've come in contact that's from Middletown, lives in Middletown. Wells in Middletown have not been the greatest. My ex also from Middletown. Just to put it out there, not saying nothing good, not saying nothing bad, but just my experience, it's not been pleasant from that town. So when I hear from somebody, oh, I'm from Middletown, or I'm from Middletown, I'm like, my senses are heightened. I'm just like, okay. Anyway, he goes on about Sweet Caroline and about the sitcom. He talks probably about a good 5 or 6 minutes, and I'm thinking like, damn, I gotta get to work. Everybody's kind of standing around, kind of standing back, like, I don't know. And they're like, hey, Tanya, did you know him? I'm like, never seen him in my life. Didn't know who it was. Somebody told me he was a vendor. He comes in and out. I've never seen him, but he was a vendor. Weird. That was the night before. I don't know. But anyway, after my big rant yesterday about, smile, do good to people, I'm going to make this much money this year, I'm going to have a new car, a new home, I'm going to be a millionaire. Confirmation in my throat, sorry. But the work night progressed. You go about our thing, spotting skids, and go to stock, and move over here and go to stock. Nobody screwed with me. Nobody told me I was slow. Nobody said good job or anything, but it was good. A person that I usually don't talk to, I don't see him too much at work. He was throwing boxes. And I had a skid in my aisle. And he's like, don't worry, I'm going to hit you because I'm like this. And he was taking a box, and they'll either kind of like bowl. Bowling is significant. Because sometimes they'll take the boxes and they'll roll them down or slide them down the aisle without having to walk all the way down and spot them. And spotting means, you take the detergent where the detergent goes, the dishwashing liquid, take it where it goes, that kind of thing. Well, this guy I never hardly talked to. He worked with me third shift all night. Never really worked with him or nothing. Nice guy. Don't have nothing good or bad, just nice guy. Works hard. And I was around the skid, and he kind of OT Genesis, everybody mad. Everybody mad. Getting too much money. Getting to the money. Everybody mad. Anyway, he has this box of dish tabs or something. And he acts like he's going to chuck it over my head. He doesn't. And I'm just like, damn. And I went to duck, and I'm like, damn, workman's comp. And he started, I wouldn't hit you. Because I wouldn't hit you. I said, at least give me choices, workman's comp or disability issues. I'm like, how hard do you want to, Just joking. I'll make little comments like that all the time. I'm just like, it's messed up. And he laughed at me. It was funny. I never really laughed at this person before. It was just a funny thing. Something I said. I don't know why I'm talking about it. I guess it's significant. But this is how my night was progressing. There's a couple laughs, working and doing my thing. And all night, people left me alone. I was in my aisle, stocking, doing good, made good time, got done early, had to go do other aisles. But where I stock at, there's oatmeal. And I've never had oatmeal. I know that sounds weird. I know it's healthy for you. I know it's good for you. And I got to thinking, a couple of, it's Quaker, and then we got, store brand oatmeal, and then we got the high fiber oatmeal, the protein oatmeal, all kinds of different oatmeal. And they're intricate a little bit because it's, 6 shelves of oatmeal and grits and Quaker oats and all kinds of different stuff. And I'm just like, damn, the cinnamon and banana one looks good. Not too big on the strawberry or the apple. And I got one with dinosaur eggs in it. I don't know if that's it in here. But I'm just like, damn. I'm like, trigger warning, I'm going to get gross. I'm like, damn, someone's going to help me poop. And I know I'm gross. I'm sorry. But I'm just like, oatmeal. I know it's healthy for you. It makes you regular. I might try some oatmeal. But we have oatmeal that's $1.99. We got some that's 2 for $4. We got some that's $6 for a box. And I'm just like, I've never had oatmeal, so I don't know really much about it. I don't know, I could Google it, but I'd rather ask people because people have their opinions. So, my boss comes in. One of the bigger bosses come in. He's waving. Everybody waves like this when they come into people. I don't know the wave significant, but that's how they wave. Hi. Again, nobody's messing with me. Nobody's telling me anything crazy or do better or go faster or nothing like this. Boss never said nothing. He comes in later in the night. This boss does. And and I have no filter. I will say what's on my mind. Not be hurtful. I'm just like, I need something to, be regular. And I was walking out of the back room, and it's kind of not a long walk, but the boss was coming toward me, and I was going this way. I'm like, hey. I said, I got a question. And usually it's about work or time off or my days off or, trying to get to a new shift. And just, I ask about work shit. Sorry. Excuse my French. And I said, hey. I said, do you eat oatmeal? I said, I'm going to ask you a weird question. He goes, and usually this guy, he's really very busy. He's running different stuff in the store and everything. I said, do you eat oatmeal? And he's like, sometimes. I said, what's the difference between the $1.99 oatmeal and the $6 oatmeal? Oh, he goes, come on, let's go over here and look. We're going to take time to walk over to my aisle and look at the oatmeal. I'm like, okay. It was very kind of like, I thought they would just kind of be like a couple words exchanged and be like, oh yeah, oatmeal's great, you need to try it, and then everybody go on with their, no, he's like, well, let's come over here and look. Okay, let's go over here and look. Everybody's super nice last night. It was like, okay. And we're looking. He goes, well, this one's good. He goes, this one's got your strawberry and bananas and cream and cinnamon, apple. There's some that's got different ones in it. I'm like, I don't care for apple. I don't care for apples. Ever since the snake came down and told me to eat it, oh man, a long life of shit. I don't know. It's just something, I don't know. Anyway, apples are significant. There's a guy on break times always eating an apple. Applesauce I seen applesauce, a little cup of applesauce in a parking spot next to my car one night, and I'm like, anyway, not too great on apples. And he's like, yeah, you got this is good, and that's good. And then you got some that says protein, you got fiber. It just says it across the oatmeal, and I'm just, he goes, oh, you can take this, and they're a little more expensive. And I'm like, oh. He goes, well, this will help you go too. And I'm like, it should just say poop, and poop more. I don't know. I'm that kind of, I will talk about anything. I don't care. I will talk about it. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm disgusting or gross and aggressive you. It's just me. It's Miss Lady T. That's how I talk sometimes. But walked me over and had a discussion about the oatmeal for, 5-10 minutes, maybe not even that long. But I just thought it was so crazy how you just took time out of your busy night to walk. Give me your hand, let's go over here and look at the oatmeal. I mean, he didn't say that. I was just like, oh, yeah. It was almost like, should I dare say it? Respect. What is that? Respect? I felt respected last night. This from all this shit, not just the oatmeal conversation, but this continues. Okay, he walks away and I go back to work, and I'm at the end of my aisle. And we just had this conversation of, no harm, no foul. It's just information. Whistle while you twerk. Yin Yang Twins, because I'm talking about work. I'm telling you, Spirit talks to me all the time. It's just, I see stuff. It's crazy. I mean, not crazy stuff, but it's messages. It's messages. Anyway, I'm straightening up boxes, stocking the shelf. And I reach behind one of the cereal. What do I put it? There's stuff I find behind cereal all the time. People will either, flowers behind the oatmeal. I found a Jesus behind oatmeal once. Just different stuff. Weird stuff, But I reach behind the cereal box to straighten the cereal box out, and what do I pull out? Cinnamon oatmeal. And I'm like, what the? I looked around, and I'm just like, I walk it back up to its spot, put it away, and I'm like, we just had this conversation, a full conversation, involved conversation about oatmeal. And here I go, I pull out behind, it's an oatmeal box, a cinnamon oatmeal. And if I was going to try one, it would be the cinnamon one, because I like cinnamon. And I'm just like, anyway, is that all I need to talk about? But I was just like, things like that happen to me at work all the time. And I don't get on here and talk about them all the time, but I'm just like, 2, 3, 3 on the pod. But lights, camera, action came on before I got on here, so that knows I need to get on here and make a video. Talking about that red bird that comes to me every day. And I think it's a guardian or maybe a spirit passed on or whatever, but I see it in the morning. I'll see it in the backyard if I'm doing dishes. I'll see it in the front yard if I'm sitting here on my couch with my door open. If I'm standing there, sometimes it will fly up and land on the thing, and my cat's chirping at it and all this stuff. Redbird. Well, back in my bar days, I used to go to where's my nose running? That happens when I'm talking about stuff sometimes. The old bar I used to go to, it's not called that anymore, but it was called Redbird. And this is back when I was not woke. I was on my second marriage. I just started going to bars, I think, back then. I was like 24, 25. I don't think I had my first alcohol beverage till I was 24, really. I dabbled in alcohol maybe very briefly, but I lived at home, and my mom and dad, pastor's wife. I didn't get into drinking. It just never did do nothing much for me. I had my little phase of going out to the bars and stuff, but in my 20s, whatever. The first drink I ever had was Mad Dog. And I had 2 dogs pass last year. I don't know. Maybe they're mad dogs. Maybe they're mad. OT Genesis. Everybody mad. Big dogs comes on. Yeah, big dogs. I know they watch over me too. What did that say? What? Magic. Because there's one night, I'm talking about work, and there's a thing called telepathy. Not that you're just sitting there looking at somebody and you can read their minds and stuff. I can see people conversating, and if I'm within the vicinity, and maybe my name's being brought up, or I know if they're talking about me, and it's just like, and some people have that intuition, like, or they get quiet when you walk by, you're like, ooh, they're talking about me. Good or bad, don't know. But I was stocking some stuff on the shelf in this one aisle, and things were messed up. The numbers wasn't matching up. There was some over here, some over there, and I'm just like, oh, what a mess. And I'm like, I gotta get this product on the shelf. I said, man, I wish there was a manager around I could ask questions about, and I can ask about, what do I do? And the tags aren't matching, the spots are different. People's been throwing them in different places, and it's just a mess. And no sooner than I thought that, he come around the corner. I'm like, hey, I'm glad you're here. And I just got to think, I was like, man, I wish there was a manager and I could ask this question. And then, sure enough, he came around the corner, and I'm like, hey. He's like, I just put them up. They should take care of it. They'll switch the tags. And they're electronic tags, so they can just scan the product, and the tag creates itself or whatever. So it's easy. Because we'll get it. And the next day it was straightened out, and the detergents were separated. The pods were separated. It was cool. And I'm just like, magic is all around you. Maybe you don't see it or are not aware of it. It is. There's magic. Magic. But yeah, I know it's a little lengthy. I've been rattling a little bit. But as always, I mean, I think that's all I need to talk about right now. And stuff happens to me, all day, all night. In my sleep, when I wake up. Oh. And my little buddy. Hi, little buddy. Hi, I love you. Bubba. I love you. Sometimes you'd be like, meow, I love you too. Anyway. Tell somebody good job today. Tell somebody in your life that you love them, because you may not know when you'll have another chance. I love you too, Bubba. I love you too. Don't fight me. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great Friday. Stay safe, be diligent, stay aware. Be happy, no matter what. I know sometimes it's hard. I was thinking earlier, I'm like, cats get poop zoomies. I wonder if we start doing that, if we feel better. I did that once. I'm like, poop zoomies, and just being goofy. I know this is being kind of gross. Oh, I love you too. He's like, oh, I love you. Anyway, Miss Lady T, like, share, subscribe. Pay attention. You never know where magic's at. Magic made it. Miss Lady T, love you. Have a good Friday. Bye.